you hit live?
You're facing me now.
Huh? Hit live.
Host, dancing realtor Julia Sansevere.
Good evening, everybody. It's Julia Sansevere, your host of the Martin County Difference, and welcome.
Yeah, welcome back to the studio.
Thank you, Frank. Yes, I've been absentia, but I haven't been absentia off the air.
That's right.
Just not in the studio.
That's
We had
true.
some fun for a couple of weeks going out on live remotes. We did the Audi Stuart, the Women's Club of Stuart party. That was awesome.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that worked, but the next week didn't.
Yes.
With the audio. So sorry about that, folks.
Technical
Technical
issues
difficulties.
in the studio.
Yeah, the audio board died.
Could have been the technician.
Operator error.
Could have been operator error. I'm not saying.
Not throwing anybody under the bus.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're back, and the other one was Starstruck. You know,
yes.
Right, Starstruck, which is so great. And I'm going to go see
second
time at Starstruck,
Yes.
and it was a great time. Karen Leone, thank you very much for that great backstage tour. But and I'll be going back there again this weekend. I'm going to see Annie.
Oh,
yeah,
how cool is that?
It's all sold out and everything. And I don't think you can get a ticket now. But it is Wednesday, December 13th. Only 12 days to Christmas. The weather outside is frightening. Did you know it's very chilly here?
It is.
Yeah, for Florida. I'm wearing a jacket.
I know it.
Yeah, I've got my Christmas gear on.
Yeah.
But I just want to put everybody at ease. We're going to have a good time tonight. We've got a great show. I've got volunteers in Medicine Clinic. They'll be here in a little bit. They're waiting out in the green room while I just tell you a little bit about the show and wish you all well and tell you that I'm starting a hashtag.
Oh.
Hashtag try kindness.
Aww.
Yeah, and everybody else out there is taking up the cause, you know.
Good.
The Today Show, I saw them do it. I'm like, hey, they stealing my thunder. This started almost over 2 years now.
Yes.
Trying to bring goodness to the community and awareness of goodness with people who are doing good things in our community to make this world a better place for all. That's the whole heart and gist of the show.
No negative Nancy here.
No argue TV.
Right.
Yes, no, we have enough of that all day long, and I can't take it. So I just want everybody to enjoy their holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. We're into the Hanukkah week.
Yeah,
we're
started
into that.
last
Yesterday?
night at midnight, right?
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're taking a plane, train, or automobile, be safe.
Yeah.
I'll be going to Houston, Texas for a few days at Christmas and probably taking a hiatus for Christmas and New Year's. But I'll be back next week. We've got a great show. It is the Artists for MS. And they are presenting the Pure Zeppelin Experience at the Lyric Theater. It's featuring a killer laser light show. And that's going to be on December 30th. So they'll be here in the studio to talk about that. It ought to be great. And so please tune in next week. But hashtag try kindness. And I'm going to be posting that on Facebook every time I post. And you can see this show on Facebook anytime. Also, I post it later on YouTube. And then it's a podcast, and it's all at the same name. So you can listen in your trains, planes, or automobiles.
Yeah.
I like that.
How cool is that?
It's very cool. And so I'm grateful for you, Frank. I just want to say, happy holidays. You've got the studio very cheery. I wish you could see that wall over there. It's filled with candy canes and Santa Claus stockings and everything. It's awesome. And my husband, I want to thank my husband. He is my true Santa Claus. He helps me every week here at the show.
He does. He does all your setup work.
Yeah.
It's
All of a
just
sudden
amazing.
you're calling 30 seconds to air, and I'm like, whoopsie!
Yeah. And everything's done before you even come in the studio.
Yeah, so it's just very professional. Thank you, my dear. But I just want to say also that tomorrow is a big day for me. I stepped down as president after 1 year of being president of the Women's Council of Realtors. It's a 1-year term. It's not like they're kicking me out.
Right.
You know. But it is a transition, and that's a good thing. We have this once a year.
Pass the baton off.
Yes, the scepter and the crown. Yes, my tiara, the glass slippers. But it's a wonderful business organization. It was started for women, by women, about women. Actually, it was started by a man. That's the interesting thing, in the 1930s. We've got so much going on in the news
Probably
about...
looked around and said, we need more women in leadership roles.
That was it.
Yeah.
And also that women should be treated fairly and paid the same as a man. How about that? Way back then.
Sure.
So, you know...
It's not a hard issue
we all
to
do
recognize.
We all do the same job. We should be paid the same. So that was really cool. And it's grown and grown and grown. It's a national organization called the Women's Council of Realtors, and I was president this year and in 2009. So the second trip around the moon was very much fun. And we have about 90 people coming tomorrow to see this transition, this installation at the Yacht and Country Club.
Good.
And if
Nice
you don't
venue.
have, it's a very nice venue. And if you don't have your seat yet, it's probably sold out too, because I think that's the room capacity. So excited. Katie Bourgeois of Bourgeois Realty Group is taking over as president, and we have a whole new slew of officers. It's going to be great. So we bring the heart, I think, to real estate.
Yeah.
They say the National Association of Realtors is the head of
Okay.
the realtors, and that's true.
All right.
Women's Council of Realtors is the heart and the hands, because we're the doers, we are the leaders, we get into leadership positions, but also we network with each other. And so that really helps my business and helps me in life too.
Sure.
It just, the more people you know, it's a relationship-driven business.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you're in real estate and you're wondering why you're not doing so well, you got to join the Women's Council of Realtors. Women's Council of Realtors members who are realtors make twice the money usually that a realtor who is not a member of Women's Council of Realtors does. So we are successful, and it's good to be successful.
Yes.
Yes. So just so you know, you will find me on my website at juliasansevere.com. I'm a realtor at Coldwell Banker here on the Treasure Coast. My Facebook page is Julia Sansevere Waterfront Specialist, Florida Waterfront Specialist, not Maryland. And my number is 772-919-1385. And my office is in my car, so call me anytime. And I've decluttered it, so if you want to ride, to see a
okay.
house to buy,
That's good.
it's all good. And that's my tip number one is
All the-
declutter your house.
All your paper
all
coffee
that-
cups are off the floor.
Yeah, the gum wrappers and everything.
Yeah.
So if you're ready to put your house on the market, give me a call at 772-919-1385. And just quickly, I'll tell you about a fabulous opportunity I have on the water, completely blank canvas for you.
Wow. You can decorate yourself.
You can gut it
Wow.
and do lots more than just decorate. It
Wow.
hasn't been touched since it was built, but it has got the space and the water view to knock your socks off. On the water, it's ocean access in Mariner Cay, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and it's huge. It's it's about 1,900 square feet, which is very
Wow.
large for a condo.
Yeah.
And it's got guard gate and all of this, and it's just $300,000. That's a good deal in this market right now. So
Yeah.
give me a call if you're interested in a
Boat slips
waterfront.
available too.
And boat slips are available for real cheap, probably about $50 a month, but I heard that might be going up. But still, it's a great deal. And there's a waterfront clubhouse, 2 swimming pools, tennis, a marina. It's so close to everything.
Yeah,
right
it is.
right on St. Lucie Boulevard.
Yeah.
Great address.
Yes. Very accessible.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I want to thank the sponsors who helped me out last week at my Fiesta open house. I had a broker open house on that big mansion and the horse and the yachts and all that. Oh my gosh. And Julie Lentene of Taco Shack Stuart. If you don't know about the Taco Shack, that's one of my favorite restaurants.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Right downtown Stuart, 555 Colorado. She did an incredible feast of soft gourmet tacos. Because she's not just a taco shack. She's gourmet
Wow.
style, Mexican prepared. It's awesome. I mean,
Wow.
you haven't ever been there?
No.
Oh, you got to go. It's right here around the corner.
Yeah.
We're in downtown Stuart.
Right. What's keeping me from doing it?
And Taco
Yeah.
Tuesdays, you get 2 for the price of 1,
Wow.
I think, or
Okay.
something
All right.
like that. But anyway, great spot in town to go get a good, quick, easy meal. It's fast food, but it's not junk food.
Right.
Yeah.
Healthy food.
Healthy food, and
Yes.
she makes it fresh. And she came to the house and did that. It was really nice of her. So thank you, Julie. And all the realtors had a good time. And it was on the water, and we had mariachi music. I had made breakfast margaritas.
Nice.
Yeah. And I challenged a friend of mine, Michelle Clark, to make margaritas.
Oh.
We'll raise money for some kind of good cause, and we'll just have a good time in the process. But anyway, so this weekend also, on Saturday the 16th, it's Wreaths Across America.
Yes.
And I want to encourage everybody to donate to wreathsacrossamerica.org. Also, this weekend on Saturday in Palm City at Forest Hills, they have a ceremony.
Yes.
Starts around 11. And Karen Zook was here. She is the head of volunteers for all of Martin County.
She's amazing.
She is
isn't
amazing, yes. And
I continue to be impressed by her.
yeah, she and Mark, her husband, gave the ultimate
Mhm.
sacrifice, their
Yeah.
son. So they're a Gold Star family. He was killed in Afghanistan, I believe, if not Iraq. I think it was Iraq, right? And it's a sad thing, but it's a good thing that they say their names And it's not just decorating a tomb, a headstone. It is honoring our men and women
Right.
and remembering them
Right.
and teaching our future generations to honor our veterans.
But a noble cause.
A very
Yeah.
noble cause
Yeah.
to defend our freedom. And all the wreaths are donated, and you can sponsor a wreath. You can donate. It's only $15.
Yeah.
Go to wreathsacrossamerica.org. It's a great organization. And so we have a designated place here that will be part of the ceremony. Not every town has that, but they're growing.
Yes.
It's been growing and growing. So look that up, folks, and come out and join me. I'm going to be there on Saturday, and it's a beautiful ceremony, and it's on Murphy Road. And come a little early so you can park, and it's solemn and wonderful. The DAR will be there, My Daughters of American Revolution. Many different organizations are there. So it's a really nice showing. So I hope you'll come and do that and honor our veterans. I just want to thank my sponsor, Gary Mulca of the radio show. He's my sponsor, TC Palm Home Inspections. He is wonderful, and when you're buying or selling a home, if you use Inspector Gary, it's not so scary. And you can reach him at 772-678-8133. And you can check out their website at tcpalmhomeinspections.com. That's tcpalmhomeinspections.com. And Gary and Terry Mulca it's family owned and operated. And, excuse me, little cough. That's the other thing. I've been sick for 2 weeks.
Oh.
And doing the radio show. Yeah. But that's okay.
Well,
And-
I imagine you probably lost your voice doing the
Audi
of Stuart.
Yes, at Audi. I was screaming
Yeah.
over the band, the garage
Wow.
band. Yeah, in the garage.
That was difficult. Trying to do a live show with all
Frank,
that noise.
can you hear me, Frank? I
Can you hear me now?
That was crazy. So they are fully licensed and insured, and they are with the state of Florida, and even their son, Gage, has joined the business. So you'll be sure to get a good home inspection. They do all kinds, wind mitigation, if you need regular home inspection or 4-point for an older home. But I also encourage my sellers to get a home inspection before they put their house on the market.
Yeah.
Then you know what you've got on your hands, and you don't get the buyers complaining as much about, you need to fix this and you need to fix that.
Right.
They
Yeah.
already know.
It's very smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
So give him a call, 772-678-8133, and check that out. And next week we'll be back in the studio with another great show, as I said, featuring this killer laser light show. And Spaz Magurti will be my guest.
Oh, very cool.
You know Spaz?
Oh, everybody
Knows Spaz.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, well I can't wait. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him yet.
Yeah. When you go to a ball game, during the spring training,
Yeah?
he's the one that sings the national anthem.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we'll get him to sing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Spaz, you didn't tell me that. And of course, I hadn't had a chance to
He does so many different
He
things.
does a lot of things, yeah. But I just want to welcome my guests tonight. We've got volunteers in Medicine Clinic, and they do a wonderful job. And by the way, if you're listening and you're on Facebook, please share this and like it, and send in your comments and questions. I'm having two wonderful ladies tonight, Kimberly Ouellete and Petra Eberle, and we're going to talk about their gala and their event at the library here, and those are all coming up in January. We figured it's never too soon to start. And so they're coming in from out in the beyond.
Okay.
And so, how was your week, Frank?
Good. I've been busy. I do by day. I'm a custom picture framer. So.
Oh yes.
So a lot of folks, of course, how many weeks are there in the year? 52, right?
Right.
But the last 2 weeks before Christmas is when everybody brings you.
Oh yeah, I need this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's all right. So I feel like one of Santa's helpers this time of year.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm ting, 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 putting things together just in time for that magic day.
Right.
So, yeah, very cool. Very cool. So I enjoy it.
Good.
Yes.
Well, and so call Frank. What's your number, Frank?
286-2181.
All right, for good framing, and we know because we've had things framed by you.
He framed great stuff for me, boy.
Yeah, he did a good job too.
I look at him every day.
Absolutely. So thanks everybody for joining us, and hopefully Mary Fields is out there listening. She was ill and couldn't come tonight, and also Catherine. I hope you're okay. Catherine was going to come earlier. Catherine Ward, but she had a little car accident this morning.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I hope, Catherine, I hope you're okay. And Mary Fields is the executive director, and Kimberly Ouellete, right here on my right, is MSW. It's the social worker.
Yes.
Master's in social work.
Yes.
Right, right.
Mhm.
And you were here before, last
Yes.
year. So welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm glad to have you.
Glad to
And
be here.
Petra Eberle is executive assistant. And I said, well, what does that mean? She goes, it means I do everything.
Right.
So
Yes.
hi, Petra. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to be here.
Good to see you, and thank you for coming tonight and
Absolutely.
filling in at
Thanks
short
for having
notice.
us.
Yeah, I'm glad to do this. Because Volunteers in Medicine Clinic, I was going to think about doing an on-site location there, but then after last week, I was like, yeah, let's get back in the studio. And it's chilly.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is
so
a little more comfortable.
This is much more comfortable.
And it's easier for me.
It's a lot
Yes.
easier for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So tell us
we
what's...
want to do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
so tell us, Kim, what's been going on since I saw you last?
Well, as far as the clinic goes, we are just keeping at it. We are still seeing all of our patients. We see about 1,000 patients a year,
Wow.
10,000 visits a year, and that has not stopped. We are so lucky to have, our small staff, but all of our volunteers, about 100 volunteers. This time of year is busy for us. We're not like the rest of the medical community that gets busy because of an influx of residents.
Mm-hmm.
We're busier because we have an influx of volunteers. So,
Ah.
yes, some of our volunteers who live up
They're
north.
seasonal
Yeah.
people as well.
Yep, they come back down, and we then get to set our patients up with dermatology and urology and all of these wonderful specialties that we don't necessarily have available in the clinic during the
Mhm.
summertime. So we're just keeping up with everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Well, and you partner with different organizations in town, right? Tell
Yes.
us about that.
Well, that is a big part of my job. I was brought on at the clinic 3.5 years ago, and it was always shocking to me that there was not a social worker or a case manager before that, because our patients, being 200% of the poverty level and below,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just their medical needs. They have so many different needs, social needs. So without the partners in the community, first of all, Martin Health System, the lab work, the diagnostic testing, all of that is absorbed by the hospital. When our patients have an inpatient stay, that is absorbed by the hospital. It's over $4 million a year that they absorb for us. Yeah.
Wow.
So, that is first and foremost, just on the medical basis, our partner that we could not do what we do without. But just other nonprofits that we work with, we see as many homeless patients as we can, and Love and Hope in Action, Lahia. I
Yes,
think you've
Lahia, they
talked
were
with
just
them.
on the show.
Yes, they are a very close partner. We have one of our screeners goes down there once a month. The homeless population tends to be a bit more apprehensive about going to new places, talking to new people. So the fact that she goes to their turf, it helps open the door and make them comfortable. And then when our patients have other needs, it's constant where they're in the room to see their doctor, and they're listening to what the doctor's saying, but all they can think about is the fact that they're about to be evicted or their electricity was just shut off. And so House of Hope and Martin County Community Services and many of the churches locally, First United Methodist and St. Vincent de Paul Society, they just provide so much assistance to our patients so that those basic needs are met, and then we can help with the rest of it.
That's fantastic. Yay. Well, somebody just posted on here is Roxy Brown. She said she met you this morning.
Yes,
from
yes.
Care Bag.
Martin County Interagency. I'm on the board over there, and that is fabulous. It's sort of, we call it sort of like a chamber for nonprofits, and we meet once a month. We have a different topic. Today our topic was homelessness.
Okay.
And Roxy was one of our speakers. A fabulous organization.
Yes.
She was talking about that their big goal in 2018 is to get a mobile shower unit.
That's right.
And that's such a need for the homeless out there. Many of them will try to even go to the beaches and shower in those little showers, but that doesn't, that doesn't provide them dignity, and that doesn't do the trick. Exactly.
Right.
So,
And
hi, Roxy.
Hi, Roxy. Thanks for sharing this and watching and tuning in. And she does a great thing, and I'm going to try to help her with a benefit coming up, a quarters auction coming up in January.
Wonderful.
At Yacht and Country Club. So we'll see if we can help raise some money for that cause.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the basic thing. Besides health care, if you don't have your health, you don't have much.
Right.
But if you also don't have your hygiene, the cleanliness, I think that's like strikes at the core
It's true.
for all of us. You know I can't stand myself after a day.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
take
like,
it for granted, you know. I mean, it's not just about, oh, you know, why don't they go out and get a job? It's like, well, you know, they may be trying their best,
Yeah.
but, you know, they need to go into that interview presentable and feeling good about themselves.
Yes.
And without just those basic hygiene needs being met, they're not going to be able to do that.
Right. So thank you for telling us about that. And I wanted to get to Petra and find out, where are you from? I noticed it's not exactly a Florida accent.
Not quite. I'm from Switzerland originally.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So this is not very cold for you over here.
It is now
Oh, it
because
is.
I've been living in warm climates
You've got
for
sand in your shoes.
yeah, right. For almost 15 years now,
Oh.
so I'm not used to the cold anymore.
Yeah. And what brought you to the Treasure Coast?
I was here and there and kind of stranded here and really liked it.
Oh.
And that's when I decided to stay.
Okay, it's a good place to be stranded.
Yep, absolutely.
If
I
you're
love
gonna-
it.
If you have to be stranded, you might as well be in nice sunny southeast
Yes.
Florida.
Yeah, I've been here for about 5 years.
Oh,
and
in
loving
Stuart,
it,
in this
the
area.
Stuart
And
area.
where were you before that?
I lived in Washington State for a while,
Ah.
and before that I lived in Hawaii for 5 years.
Oh, well, that's nice.
So that was pretty nice.
Uh-huh. And so, what brought you to Volunteers in Medicine Clinic? How long have you been with them?
I've been with the clinic for a little more than 2 years,
Oh, okay.
and I was just looking for a new opportunity, a new job. I was, just, something that makes sense, and I found it there.
Good.
Yeah.
And you're there every day, or how many
Yep.
days a week?
I work full-time Monday through Friday, and I'm loving it. It's really good.
Good. And do you see the patients as well, or you said you're the executive assistant, so some of your
Yeah.
details of your day?
I don't really see the patients. I work with Mary. I help her with everything that's needed. I recruit new volunteers, sign up new volunteers. I help with the event planning for the gala and the golf tournament. And I do office maintenance, a little bit of everything.
Truly,
Oh, good.
everything.
Well, that's good. Well, it's good to be well-rounded, and you never know where it's going to serve you best or next.
Yes.
So tell us what you're working on with the gala, and tell us more about that and the library event. So that's coming up in January. And we don't have too many days left of this year, so that's going to be here before you know it.
We mentioned
Closer.
that earlier today about the library, and I thought, oh, January 5th, that's, forever away. And I'm like, no, that's around the corner.
It is
Here
around
we
the
are.
corner. Yeah,
Yes.
look at a calendar, it's frighteningly close.
It's scary, yeah.
And you did this last year as well, right?
Yes, it's one of those things when you're out in the community and networking with other people who are coming from other places, you hear about how wonderful our library system is and all of the things they offer. And so they've been generous to offer us some time and some space last year and this year. And we're going to be at the Blake Library on January 5th from 10:30 to 12. Doing a presentation just to educate the community about volunteers in medicine.
Oh, good.
It's been 22 years that we've been in the community, and I grew up here. I didn't know about it until I started working in the field of social work. It's one of those best kept secrets, and so we really feel like the more we get out there to the community, meeting the people where they are, the more we can tell them about who we are, what we do, and so this is just another opportunity for us to do that.
Well, that's good. And Alex Behringer just joined on Facebook. Thank you, Alex. Hi, how are you? And if you have any questions for Kim or Petra, just pipe on in. It's like we already saw Roxy was on and met with them this morning, which is amazing. So what does a person need to do who needs services and the kind of help that you can give them?
So you do have to go through a qualification process.
Okay.
You have to be a Martin County resident. You have to be within 200% of the federal poverty level, which what that means in numbers is it's about $24,000 for a single person. And then, it goes up from there. A family of 4 is just under $50,000. And so
Their
that's
total income for the year?
their gross annual income.
Gross
yes.
income, okay.
So, like, you know, we look at the big picture, though. You know, hospitality workers may be doing very well right now because of season. But we know overall through the year they're going to have slow months. So we look at several different things to see, you know, who qualifies. And once they do, they get a primary care provider. They have any of those preventative basic services covered. Women get an annual women's health visit, including a pap smear, you know, mammogram if they're of age to receive mammograms. And then if they need specialists, we would refer them either in the clinic to those we have present with us or outside. We have several partners in the community that will see our patients for free. And that's as a VIM referral. And again, those services that Martin Health System provides for us, we couldn't do what we do without that. So it's just, we see each patient and address what their needs are. And, you know, we all kind of joke around in the clinic. We all have pretty good insurance. And our patients, I think, even get better care than we have with our health insurance because we're not beholden to, you know, we have to see 40 patients a day to keep the overhead covered.
Make a quota.
You know, yes, you know, the providers are there because they want to be there and they provide that quality care that our patients need. And it's just really kind of a fabulous thing to
like
see.
Reminds me of the old Dr. Marcus Welby.
It is the old style, you know.
Take time and listen to, because I feel like we all get the brush off with the way things are these days.
Yeah.
Everybody's in a hurry.
When our patients turn 65, they go on Medicare and they can no longer be at the clinic. And we do everything we can a few months ahead of time, preparing them for that and, you know, helping them make sure that they're finding a doctor and scheduling and doing all of the things that they need to do. But that last visit is sort of bittersweet because it's a wonderful thing. You know, they're getting Medicare. That's great, you know. But we know and they know that they've had such high quality care that kind of sad because you're not sure that they're going out to something as good, you know. But
you take good care of them and they get well, and that's the whole point.
Exactly.
So that's really good.
They can always come and visit, right?
And they do, and they bring way too many cookies and things that we do not need them to bring. But they're so sweet and grateful, and it's nice to see them.
That is good.
Yeah.
And then Petra, when you're there helping Mary, what are some of the things you're tending to, particularly about the gala? What can you tell us about what's going to happen at the gala?
Yeah, definitely. So this year's theme is all jazzed up on Bourbon Street.
Oh!
And so it's going to be fun. We are going to have some jazz music, and it's not Mardi Gras, so don't get that wrong. It's not Mardi Gras. It's stylish, New Orleans and jazz. And I'm currently with Catherine. We are working on getting sponsorships in. We are getting auction items in for the silent and live auctions. We just sent out the invitations a couple days ago, and now starting to get the you know, kind of like the cards back, the RSVP cards back, and so.
And where will it be?
It is at Marina Sands.
Okay, that's where it was last year.
Same as last year. And it's also the last weekend in January, so it's January 27th.
Okay, and that's a Saturday?
Saturday, yes.
Saturday night. Yeah. And you have silent auction and a live auction?
Yes.
And last year you did really well with that, I think.
Yes, we did.
What were some of the prizes you had last year? You might have some of the same things like trips and...
Well, we are still working on some of them. What we did get again this year is a Jeffrey Smith sculpture.
Ooh,
wow.
Nice.
That's a good get.
That's a good get.
Last year we had a kingfisher statue, and this year we are going to get a champagne bucket.
Ooh.
And it's gorgeous. I
love it.
Not really, we haven't gotten it yet, but I've seen it at his store, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's going to be a live auction item.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Tell anybody out there who's been living under a rock about Jeffrey Smith. He's incredible.
Well, he's a local artist, but world-renowned.
Yes.
And he...
natural
it's
birds.
Metal.
It's metal, but he does sculpture.
He does sculptures.
Of nature.
Wildlife. Yeah,
right.
A lot of wildlife. And he just started a new series as well. That's lotus flowers. Ooh. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I have not.
It's beautiful. I've just seen it on his website.
Okay.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
And that's Jeffrey, Geoff. So you can go to Jeffrey Smith to his website and see. And I encourage you to go to Volunteers in Medicine website because you guys have a great video that goes around and talks to all the people at Volunteers in Volunteers in Medicine Clinic. Not only the staff, but the patients too, but I love it. You mixed it up.
Yeah.
And the nurses and all of that.
Yeah, it's nice to get the testimonials. Our website is vimclinic.net.
Thank you.
But yeah, it is nice to hear the testimonials because I think that's something that I feel is very special and I love to be a part of at the clinic. Not only are our patients getting so much out of being there, but the volunteers, you know, as I said before, they're there because they want to be there. And, you know, we now have two, one is a licensed clinical social worker and one is a licensed mental health counselor who are both retired, and they've started volunteering, providing some therapy to our clients, our patients who need it. And just chatting with them when they're in the clinic, you can just tell, you know, they're enjoying retirement, but they're getting a little bit of that fulfillment back that they had from their career, that they're missing now that they're retired and just
a
enjoying
purpose.
the leisurely life.
Right, a purpose, a reason to get up in the morning. You know, and I get that. I mean, because my husband says, "Why don't you ever get tired? Why do you do this?" And I'm like, "Because the real estate and then the radio show." I was like, "It's fun."
Yeah.
And you know, you want to have fun. You only get to live once, and as far as I know. And you know, I'm going to come back as an audio engineer, I guess.
All right, I'll train you up.
Train me.
Yeah.
So, you know, because things that give us joy, and it's wonderful when work gives you joy. You know that, and then you feel like you're not working. You're enjoying. So I'm for joy. I'm for more joy. And what are you doing for Christmas? Anything going on for Christmas?
I'm playing Santa.
Ah.
I'm a 4-year-old, so
that's right. We talked about
that's
him
a
the
very
last time you were
fun.
here. That's a great
time.
age.
Yes. So just figuring out all those little magical moments that we're trying to engineer for her. And
that's great. That's joy right there. That's what made me think about Christmas, is the joy we have in the season. And hashtag try kindness. Yeah. So, and do you have family here too?
I do not.
Oh, you
No,
don't?
I don't. So I always spend it with friends, and we
Nice.
always have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Good food and good friends.
It's all about, that's good.
Yeah.
Good food, good
Absolutely.
friends, good
Yeah.
drink.
Yep. Yep.
That's wonderful. And so, a little bit more back to the gala, back to you. I just got, sidetracked on Christmas. I'm really thinking, what am I going to do? You know, it's like, I've got to pack up and get to Houston and get gifts for the kids, and there's no time. So tell us more about the gala. What's the, is it heavy hors d'oeuvres and cash
Yes,
bar, that
absolutely.
kind of thing?
So it is, the tickets are $400 a person.
Okay.
But that then includes everything. So there is no money to be exchanged. So we have a cocktail hour where they are passing hors d'oeuvres around and everything while the silent auction is open. And then all our guests are sitting down, and we have
So it's a seated dinner.
It's a seated dinner. I want to say 3 or 4 courses.
Wow.
Not quite sure because we don't have the confirmed menu yet. It's going to be influenced by Cajun cuisine, New Orleans a little bit.
Right.
And then, it's open bar all night long for everybody. We have the band Euphoria, who is playing. They're from Fort Lauderdale, and they are excellent. They always bring the best musicians, and everybody's dancing and really having a good time.
Yes.
And then I want to say, before dessert, we usually have the live auction. We mostly have 2-3 items tops that are being auctioned off at that time, and it's always a lot of fun.
Oh, well, Lisa Pinkley is on now watching. Thank you, Lisa. And I want to encourage Lisa, who is a fabulous chair of our holiday home tour at Women's Club of Stuart. Now, here's something you could sink your teeth into, Lisa. Just $400 for a ticket, but it covers everything, a full 3-course, maybe 4-course dinner. I know you and John would like that. And lots of auction items. They have a Jeffrey Smith sculpture, and that was the top of the heap last year. I think that was one of the top getters.
Yep.
It's a good get to get, and it's a good get for the money. But Volunteers in Medicine is who we're speaking with tonight, and Kim Ouellete is right here on my right, and she has a Master's of Social Worker. And then also Petra Eberle is the executive assistant to Mary Fields, and Mary Fields is a friend of mine through the Junior League. And unfortunately, Mary wasn't feeling well. She's caught what I had last week, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, thank you, Frank. Well, I'm a little deeper voice. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, it's good for radio, though.
It is. It's
Yeah.
very sexy.
Yeah.
Yes. Good alto.
The high frequency, men, people that are experienced. I don't want to use the word old.
Yeah.
So we use the word experienced. They lose that upper register sound as we get more experienced.
Yes.
Okay. So people with deeper register voices are more audibly heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. So, yeah, because I don't think I could hear a dog whistle at this point, at my age. But also, Lisa has said that his sculptures are beautiful. Yeah, so she's chiming in. Thank you very much. And Julie Vittori has joined as well. So hi, Julie. So these are some of my buddies out there in Facebook land. So thank you so much for joining, listeners. And don't forget that January, there's 2 things coming up in January. The library event, tell us about that again.
January 5th, we will be at the Blake Library.
Okay.
Just, spreading the word to the community about volunteers in medicine.
What
How to
time?
access our services. We'll be there at 10:30.
Okay. Is it an all-day event?
No, it's just a brief presentation, about an hour,
Oh,
hour and
an
a half,
hour,
just depending
okay.
on how many questions people might have. So, but it's a good way to just stop in and see us in person. But, if you can't be there, I always just say, just give us a call at the clinic.
And
if
the
you want me
number?
to share the number,
Yes,
772-463-4128. They can call, ask questions about how to become a patient. We'd be happy to talk to them.
Yeah.
And just explain the details of what it entails.
Yeah, and some of your success stories, I think we talked about that the last time, and it doesn't hurt to hit on them again, is the people who've come to you who didn't know they could get care, then they found out they did qualify, and what a difference it makes in their lives.
Sure, absolutely. It's always hard to hear when people have been out there suffering from whatever it may be. I mean, we kind of have the wide range. You have people who are out there with diabetes, high blood pressure, and they're going to the emergency room. And that's really not a way to manage those kind of chronic conditions. And it's actually quite dangerous, because if you're not managing those conditions, checking your numbers and getting lab work done and taking the medications that you need, those conditions can become life-threatening. And it's sad when we recently had a patient who he came to us. He had a stroke, and that was as a result of his diabetes and his high blood pressure that he didn't know he had, because he hadn't been going for regular checkups and those annual visits that hopefully all of us are doing if we have access to it. And next thing you know, he has a stroke, and he's got very little use of his left side, and he needs physical therapy. But he had that stroke, he was hospitalized, and he didn't have access to that follow-up care. So he found his way to us, and he can access now physical therapy through Martin Health System.
Wow.
Yes. All the medications he needs. All of our diabetic patients, and I'm a recent diabetic myself. It runs in my family very strong.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
couldn't run away from that one. But it's fine. That's what it is. People are out there with these conditions, whether it's lifestyle sometimes that leads us to things, or if it's just genetics. We don't really have a say in that. But I can tell you how important it is, to be able to test and have the supplies to test and make sure that you're managing your condition. So we have plenty of patients who are on that. If they are insulin dependent, we are able to get their insulin for them.
That's good.
Anyone who's on a medication that's very expensive, so say we have a blood clotting issue or we need a blood thinner, and there's this fancy new drug out there. Well, those of us with health insurance, we're going to be paying a pretty copay for that. But the drug companies, while a drug is still in that stage until it goes generic, are required to offer patient assistance programs to those who qualify. Anyone who meets our criteria is going to meet the criteria of these programs. But it can be very tedious to apply to these programs. You need to fill out paperwork, and trust me, they want every I dotted and every T crossed, every bit of everything, or else they want to say no. So we have our medical assistant staff. They do all of those applications. They get all of these medications for our patients that Otherwise, it would just be overwhelming, or maybe they would never have found out about that
Exactly.
option in the first place.
Yeah, they just give up.
Yeah.
And Lisa Pinkley has asked, she's missed the beginning of the show, and she
Mhm.
wants to know, what is a brief explanation of volunteers in Medicine Clinic?
Sure, I'd love to revisit that. We've, again, been in the community for over 22 years. We were started as sort of an arm of Martin Health System. All of the people who are going to the emergency room using that as their doctor, that's not feasible for the hospital or for the people doing it. So Volunteers in Medicine was started based off a model of a clinic in South Carolina. Is it Myrtle Beach?
Hilton Head.
Hilton Head,
Hilton
yes.
Head, okay.
That was the first VIM clinic, so it's based on that model. And it basically has a small paid staff. We have 2 nurse practitioners, I'm a social worker, 4 medical assistants, and a small administrative staff. We are the paid staff. Then we have close to 100 volunteers of doctors,
Wow.
nurse practitioners, registered nurses, what we call lay volunteers. Those are the people who help us with clerical work, with greeting patients in the lobby, all of those tasks that need to be taken
And
care
they're
of.
volunteers at Volunteers in Medicine Clinic, but
Yes.
are they working for pay somewhere else, and this is a day they choose to volunteer? Or are they, tell
Both.
us about the people, okay, tell us
Both.
about that.
So as far as physicians go, we have some who are fully retired, and either maybe they're seasonal residents here, maybe they've made Florida their home, or maybe they've retired from Dr. Maldonado. He practiced here as a surgeon for many, many years, and he's retired now. And you know,
Yeah.
I
Dr.
did all the
Maldonado-
blinds in his house for him.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
You're so
great.
multi-talented.
Yeah.
We adore
Oh.
him, and he's a general surgeon, and
Yeah.
so he comes to the clinic and he does, you know, obviously not major surgeries, but minor procedures. People have cyst here and this there, and
Mhm.
you know, that's the kind of stuff people would just not deal with.
Yeah,
But because we can provide that to them, they can have that dealt with.
that's spectacular.
So people like that who are
Right.
retired, and then we have practicing physicians.
Okay.
Dr. Sable, Dr. Phillips. Or well, no, yeah, he's still
Yeah,
practicing.
he's still.
Dr. Guerrero, all of these doctors. So they'll give us maybe all the shoppies, the podiatrists, the family of podiatrists. They give us maybe an afternoon a month, or
Okay.
a week, one morning a week, or whatever works best for them. And then you have just the nurses and everybody else, and it's just such a mixed bag. We have so many people. We have volunteers who are younger, and they have
That's good.
aspirations of becoming doctors themselves, and they want to get.
Kind of a training ground.
Maybe they already work. One of our volunteers works in the emergency room, but just to get a little extra experience, he comes to us. One's actually about to go take his MCAT to get into medical school.
Oh, wonderful.
So, you know, it's such a mix.
Well, that's good to know the variables that you have.
Yeah.
And Stacy Solomon has joined, and I know she would be interested in this because she's the one who started Tent City Helpers.
Oh, yes.
Right, and so this works for homeless people, but also people on low income.
Mm-hmm.
And the income level you were mentioning before, can you review that?
Yes. So that was the makeup of who volunteers at the clinic and who makes it function. But to be a patient, you have to be 200% of the federal poverty level.
And which
So
is
that's
how
everything
much?
from 0 to, for one person, 24,000
Right.
a year. Family of 4 is 49,000, and there's different increments depending on your family size. And then just to kind of go back to that initial question of what we do, we provide primary care, specialty care, lab work, diagnostic testing. Martin Health System absorbs the cost of that for us. We really rely on their partnership. But people like Tent City Helpers, Love and Hope in Action, our community partners who are encountering these individuals and realizing that they need this medical care and sending them our way, they're fabulous partners for us to have.
Well, good, and thank you, Lisa, for your wonderful question. And here's another one from Lisa. She's asking if you have your own facility for all of these procedures.
We have a clinic. It is on Balboa Avenue.
The address,
Mhm,
yes.
417 Balboa Avenue, which is right off of East Ocean, if you're familiar with where the Women's Club
The
is.
Women's
You
Club,
mentioned
that's
that.
where Lisa and I are with the Women's
Yeah.
Club of Stuart, and it is right
Pretty
around,
much right across from
right
that.
across the street, and
Yeah.
that's how I discovered where it was, because Mary Fields and I were together, and we were doing something, and we were next to the Women's Club. We were going to a memorial service, and I offered to drop her off at where she was. I said, "Oh, you're volunteers? Volunteers in Medicine, right here. It's you.
Yeah.
So it's like all of a sudden, duh, you know.
You can't see us from the road,
No.
so we're a little tucked off. But once you find us, we're right there in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
In our clinic, I love it. When I first visited, I thought I used to work at the cancer center at Martin Health System, and I came over because that's another partnership we have.
Okay.
And I came over for a tour, and I thought, wow, how great, you know.
It's like a little house.
It's like you know how some of those doctors' offices in downtown Stuart probably was a house at one point,
Right,
or who
right.
knows, but it's been a doctor's office in some form or another
Mhm.
for many years. And we have all the exam rooms that we need. We have an eye room, so all the optometrists and
Eye,
ophthalmologists
okay.
that come in, they have all of the eye equipment to do the exams
That's
and
good.
all of that they need to do. We have a procedure room, so like Dr. Maldonado or Dr. Sable can do scopes, or if we have, we do have Dr. Santorello, who's a gynecologist, if they have some in-office procedures they want to do. And then if our patients need something, you know, more in-depth, biopsy or an actual surgery, that's when we rely on our partners in the community to refer out, and then they can do that either at their facilities or most often at Martin Health System facilities, their outpatient or inpatient surgery center.
That's great. That is a great explanation, because it is what I find, I think, is good about the show we do here is that the person who's involved with the thing, now it's three-dimensional. It's not just a name on a website, or, you know, if you didn't know about it, you wouldn't maybe even go in the building. You might drive by and say, well, what's that? But you wouldn't know. So hopefully this information is going out to people who can use it, who can share it, you know, share the show, share the page, share the Facebook page for Volunteers in Medicine Clinic, because that's a great way, social media, I find.
Absolutely. And it's just, if you look up the Volunteers in Medicine Clinic, there are different ones. It's not...
Right. Now that's the other thing you were saying. The first one started in South Carolina.
Yes.
So is it national or international?
Yes, it is national, and there are currently, I want to say, 87 clinics throughout the United States.
That's refreshing.
That are all operating with the same model.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And they're
That's
private clinics, though, so we operate with the same model, and there is an alliance where we share information on best practices, but we're a private clinic, so we're not part of, you know, a larger organization that, you know, dictates what we do or how we have to operate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're standalone.
We are,
Yeah.
yes.
That's very good. And then do you seek government grants for things, or do you rely totally on donations?
When we can get grants, we will apply. Martin County Board of County Commissioners has been generous enough to grant to us.
That's good.
Blue Cross, Allegheny Franciscan Ministries. We've had many different grantors in the past. Florida Association of Free and Charitable Clinics, I want to say it right.
Wow,
Florida
that's
Association,
good.
yes. We just recently received a grant from them.
Ah.
So, you know, it's the gala.
The
It's
gala helps.
Golf tournament that we have once a
coming
year.
up in May.
Mhm.
Okay, so don't forget January, but May is coming, and they have a golf tournament too. So you can find out all about this at the website. It's VIMclinic.net. VIM, Volunteers in Medicine Clinic.net. So look on their website for these events coming up and get tickets for the event at Mariner Sands coming up January 27th. That's $400. And then you get this fabulous dinner. And does it include the bar, or is it cash
Yes.
bar?
Everything is included.
Oh my goodness.
Everything
okay,
is
yeah, that's a
included.
deal.
And tickets are available either online, or you can call us and get the tickets like that. So
Okay.
contact us.
Good. And it's a very nice gala. You know,
It's-
dressy.
It's black tie optional,
Okay.
but a lot of people, they still come in
Sure.
their tux.
They
and
like to dress up.
lounges. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you see beautiful dresses,
I bet.
and everybody is having a blast.
Yeah.
It
and
really is
because
a
you've got a
great
live
event.
band, so there's dancing.
Yes. There's dancing, and it's
And the
just,
time that it starts?
It
and
starts at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock,
until,
cocktail hour.
Yep, 11 p.m.
Who knows?
So-
After party at your house, right?
Oh yeah, come on by.
And, oh good, Lisa has another question. What about any alternative medicine such as acupuncture, etc.?
We don't have anyone doing acupuncture.
Like
at
Eastern
this
medicine.
time.
Or Eastern medicine philosophy? Is it all Western medicine derivative?
It is
Yeah.
at this time.
But that
it
can
doesn't
can
mean
change.
That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
And then,
so dependent on. I mean, Petra
needs of the
can
people.
speak to this. She's
Right.
the one who gets our volunteers coordinated, but we just get calls. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get a call from somebody who heard about us, and if there's a fit and there's a space and it works out, then
oh, so the volunteer
They're
for
part of
acupuncture
it.
could do it, not somebody
Right.
calling
You
and
know,
saying, do you have
possibly.
acupuncture? Or that, they could call in and say, do you have acupuncture? And you could say, well, not today, but
right.
check back next week,
Like-
and then
like
you
those
might
two
find somebody.
therapists. You know,
Uh-huh.
we didn't have them, and now we have two. You know, and it's so it just depends
Wow.
on what falls into our lap, and we've been lucky to have the right things fall into our
Yeah.
lap when we need it. But
Well, good people doing good things right here in Martin County, the Volunteers in Medicine Clinic. And so you want to help donate, you can do that on the website too, even if you can't go to the gala. Of course, donations are always welcome to help them sustain what they do and help our community. So because the services are completely free,
yes.
that's incredible.
Yes, and that's part of my job when I do screening.
Uh-huh.
We ask them to bring in certain documentation,
Uh-huh.
some income verification, things like that. And for some of our patients, they're calling us when they're already sick and they feel overwhelmed by that. But
Right.
I walk them through all of it and help them figure out what they need to do to get those things. But I also just say, the things you will be able to access, and there won't be a single charge.
Wow.
And it is worth that, you know. And I hear that so many times on the other end of the phone. Free?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have to pay anything? Oh my goodness, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
I feel lucky that I get to bring that news to people, you know.
It is hard to believe in this
Yeah.
day and age
Yeah.
because medicine costs so much and our insurance is in such the toilet basically, and you know premiums have gone sky high. Obamacare didn't work out too well, and I don't know if the future of our insurance is going to be good. And of course, I have friends from England who say, "Well, we have it for free." I'm like, "Yes, but you pay somewhere else for it.
Yeah.
You pay in
Yeah.
taxes.
Yes, exactly.
It may be free for that moment, but you're paying somewhere. You're paying taxes and all that kind of stuff. So
Right.
we don't want that. But
No.
anyway, but yes, Lisa has chimed in. What a wonderful service. Thank you.
Thank
So-
you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. Yes.
Call me if you want to chat more about sharing your clients and things like that, because I know those she's with Sensitive Helpers.
No, Lisa is my friend from Women's Club of Stuart.
Oh, well,
but
thank you,
Stacy
Lisa, for
Solomon,
your interest.
yeah, she is wonderful, and she ran the whole thing. She and Polly Farrow and about 120 other women and men helped put on the Holiday Home Tour, which was last 2 Sundays ago, or when the first Sunday in December. I can't remember what day it is. And I was a sponsor for that.
Wonderful.
So, and Lisa has been the chair for a couple of years now, and it's in its 9th year. That's when I lost my voice at the gala party for that. Yeah. So, but she does a great job, and we do a lot for education for young women in Martin County.
Oh, fabulous.
So this is what it's all about, is helping your neighbor. And thank you, everyone. I'm getting my cutoff music. But thank you so much, Kim Ouellete and Petra Eberle, from
Thank
coming
you.
from the Volunteers in Medicine Clinic.
Thank
Have a
you.
Merry Christmas. Tell all your volunteers thank you for what they do. They're giving the gift of Christmas to everyone they serve.
Thank
It
you.
makes me so happy. It touches my heart. And remember, #TryKindness. And we'll see you next week on Wednesday night here at the Martin County Difference. Listen in on Facebook, YouTube, podcast, and I'll see you out there. Thanks, everybody. Good night. We have Christmas music. Christmas music. Thank you, Frank. That was great. So, and Lisa said, absolutely, she might have volunteers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yay.
awesome.
Thanks, Lisa. All right, good night, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay.